So yeah, thank you so much for joining me here today. It's gonna be a good set.
Thanks for having us. Really excited.
Yes, it's gonna be so great. So yeah, do you want to tell me a little bit about what we're gonna be hearing here for this first little bit?
Yeah, so we're going to give you a little taste of what's going to be happening at the Eddy, but instead of a full band, I've got Gabriella Isabel on cajon with me, and we're going to kick things off with one of my favorite tracks from the album, Seven Deadly Sins.
Awesome. Okay, great. Well, hey, without further ado, here is Zenon live in studio here on Fatale and Cjsw 90.9, and thank you so much for being here. So everybody, please enjoy.
You bring me hunger. You bring me grief. Some days you even bring me jealousy. But I'm too full of pride to leave. Had my bags packed for months now, but my lust got in the way. 'Cause there ain't no more love here, just an angry shell of what I used to be. Oh, I got my 7 deadly sins in my back pocket. Oh, I got my 7 deadly sins coming through. Then they're either ugly, yeah, telling me to shed my skin. Oh, but little did I know that's just where it begins. With my 7 deadly sins. No, no, no. And I'm lazy about the way I do things for this love. I'm always hoping and holding out for something else to evolve. Oh, but I don't got no more love here, so I don't know why I stay. Well, maybe it's my gluttony that's wanting more of it physically. Oh, I got my 7 deadly sins in my back pocket. Got my 7 deadly sins coming through. Oh, then they're either ugly, yeah, telling me to shed my skin. Oh, but little did I know that's just where it begins. With my 7 deadly sins. No, 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 no. Shed my skin, oh, but little did I know that's just where it begins. With my 7 deadly sins. Oh, no, no, no.
Wow. I wish I had just like like a soundboard to just be like applause, applause, applause.
Get those soundboard sounds. That'd be cool.
Right? Just like a dash of like commercial radio, but like in a, like a campy, fun kind of way.
Yeah, not like overdone commercial radio.
Yeah, no, like here's the same one song by a white man. And you're like, tight.
That's not what we're going for.
No. Okay, so that was incredible, amazing. And yeah, what's next on the agenda here?
Next on the agenda is one of my favorite tunes from the album. I'm going to say that about every song, aren't I?
I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah. So this next one is He Doesn't Know, and I would say that it's like the banger on the album.
Hell yeah. I love that. All right, well, hey, take us away and bang it up, you know? I'm excited.
I'll be gone one day. He never seems to do me right. I do it better most of the time. Feels like I'm waiting on his every moment and his every dime. He's always asking me to change, switch up, do things his way. But I won't have to change who I am to find a good man who loves me for who I am. But he doesn't know I'm fine without him. What I don't show won't change it. He doesn't know, so I'm fine on my own. But he doesn't know, won't make or break it. What he doesn't know is I can take it. What he doesn't know is I'll get by on my damn own. Well, every time I see him less than before, he seems to stop and stare more and more. Think he's starting to see what he's missing, the lips and kissing, I'm sure. I'm always putting on the brakes, tell myself it's on my own mistakes, but feels like he's always slacking and I'm always picking it up from the back end. He's always asking me to change, switch up, do things his way, but I won't have to change who I am to find a good man who loves me for who I am. But he doesn't know I'm fine without him. What I don't show won't change it. What he doesn't know, so I'm fine on my own. But he doesn't know, won't make or break it. What he doesn't know is I can take it. What he doesn't know is I'll get by on my damn own. Well, when I broke it off, I came off really harsh, but I got no respect for you. I really wasn't meant for you. Talk about now that I'm gone, you don't know what you want. I'm about to be a time forever, won't find no one to treat you better. And you're gonna be looking for the brown skin, brown hair type of girl, the one that changed your game and changed your whole world. But at different times called difficult past, I knew we wouldn't last. You never had me gas, don't treat me bad. Don't think I'll let it pass. You don't even understand what I'm going through right now. I'm trying to make up my mind about you somehow. And it's not a different place, not a different time. No, it's not my state of mind. I really think I'm fine. You just never see the things I'm going through. Oh no, what he doesn't know, I'm fine without him. What I don't show won't change it. What he doesn't know, so I'm fine on my own. What he doesn't know, won't make or break it. What he doesn't know is I can take it. What he doesn't know is I'll get by on my damn own. What he doesn't know.
Applause, 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 applause.
It's Blake.
Oh, wow. Hey, amazing job so far. Thank you so much, Zenon and Gabriella, for joining me here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, so delightful. I've only done, I think you might be my second live session.
Ooh.
But I feel like it's just like such a selfish privilege to be able to just like sit here and then be like, people are also listening, which is great. So thank you so much. Okay, cool. So we just heard some amazing things and stuff off of your brand new album, which is very exciting, Genre Z. When did that launch again? When was the official release date of the full album?
September 25th.
September 25th. Or EP, yeah. How do you feel about EP versus album terminology, by the way?
Well, you know what? It's actually a really gray line, in my opinion. I mean, like, if we're really getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, 6 songs is actually considered an album. Yeah, and we just made the cut by adding a song very last minute.
And it's just like, according to whomst, you know?
Exactly.
Who determines the line?
Exactly. So then let's get down to the nitty gritty of that. And it's like, that was just like made up by someone.
Yeah. Someone was just like, I think that's it. And then you're here being like, I got some shit to say. So thank you so much for sharing that. So thank you so much for joining. So you have been like such a busy performer since we first crossed paths, whenever that first was. But I feel like every time I like look over my shoulder, it's like another performance, which is amazing. But I was just curious about like, how do you feel about this process of like recording music and releasing it compared to, you know, this wealth of performance? And because they're just both such different beasts, you know?
Yeah, you know, I feel like the recording process, like you kind of said, like you did say, they're two different beasts. The recording process for me kind of takes me into like a little bit more of the technical realm of things, right? Because once we got in the studio, it was like, okay, guys, now it's time to like pick this and pick that and like say that it's bad or say that it's good so that we create this like really cohesive thing. Luckily enough, the players that I had on the album they're incredible players. Like they're really, really good players. And so, you know, asking them to change a thing here or there was no heavy task. And then in comparison to performance, when I get on stage, I kind of think about what one of my old teachers at school said, which was you have this toolkit of like all the technical aspects of what you're doing on stage. And you really and truly just like throw it all to the wind and you're there to have a good time. And it becomes like your tools become like a muscle memory thing. And so in that aspect, I think that like they're pretty different bears to tackle. I personally would have to say I like being on stage more. I like performing more.
Yeah.
And being in the studio can sometimes be a little bit like anxiety inducing, overwhelming.
I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense because like I haven't gone too far into the world of recording, but like from my little toe dipping, it just seems like it's just like an incredible opportunity to really like focus down. But I feel like you're drafting the blueprints instead of like lighting the match, you know?
Absolutely.
Like it's so different.
Yeah.
And so that's awesome. I love to hear your thoughts on that. Okay, so my phone, of course, keeps locking anytime I'm like, la la la, let's talk about things. And so, yeah, what is it that you do like about performing? Because how do you feel about how recording and creating like a catalog differs and potentially like complements that process of recording or performing? Sorry.
Yeah, so I'll say what I enjoy the most about performing first and foremost, I think, is being able to connect with people in that like live setting, right? And being able to speak that universal language of music, right? Because that's kind of what this is all about at the end of the day. I really like it. There's something so incredibly alluring to me about putting lyrics and music together and thinking what I think about it and then having someone else be like, whoa, that's what you meant. This is how I interpreted it. And so kind of performing gives me the opportunity to have those experiences like right away with people.
Yeah.
And then I would say that I kind of forgot the second half of the question. That's what I would say.
I mean, it's because, you know, when you focus and hold the moment so precious, it's like, what the hell else exists? So I'm right there with you. So with those thoughts of performing, how do you feel like recording and, you know, creating a catalog of recorded music? How do you feel like that differs and like potentially complements that performance process?
I actually feel like it complements it really well. I don't know if I would say, well, again, like kind of back to what I said a little bit earlier, is it differs in like the way that you go into it and looking at it. But I definitely think that it's a very complementary towards performing, because like what would you be performing if you didn't have your catalog?
Right.
And not to say that, you know, not having that catalog, you know, I think you can still perform, but be able to like build that audience.
Yeah.
And it gets like a little bit capitalistic in that sense.
I mean, it's a slippery slope and we're all out here trying to survive in these systems. And
exactly.
Why is butter $7 right now,
No,
you know?
So I just bought some like vegan basil and it was like $3 and I was like, nice.
You're like, cool.
That's what I needed.
I'm adding a few more shows onto my list to be able to afford all of this chaos.
Exactly.
Okay, so like, yeah, very exciting this weekend. I'm now a part of it, allegedly. So you were putting together this amazing event and launching the vinyl record of the album. And I mean, hey, like when I was like thinking about it and preparing for this, it just really had me thinking a lot about like that contrast and also like the similarities of like analog versus digital. And I feel like nowadays, accessing vinyl is such a huge thing that like has so many barriers in the way. But I feel like it's I don't know, it's just like such a tactile, real, incredible like artifact of where you've been. Mm-hmm. And so first of all, congratulations, because that's amazing.
Thank you so much.
And I'm just kind of curious to hear a little bit about how you feel about, releasing your music on vinyl versus like existing in the digital world that we do.
It feels so good. I think that having something tangible that, is built to last a little bit longer is nice. Because, it's weird. The digital realm is like forever.
Allegedly.
Exactly. Allegedly. Yeah. But I think that, having that like tangible thing is also, it's just like, it's such an experience that differs from having a digital copy. And I'm going to drop some serious knowledge. Maybe.
Please do.
Know. Maybe people already know this. And
educate
it's not
me.
Serious knowledge.
Educate all of us. We're grateful to hear.
When I was getting the vinyl from Great Canadian Vinyl Records, which is where we got it done, it's actually local in the city.
Oh, nice.
The man who was like talking me through the process was actually explaining that as humans, we physically get more exhausted and tired from listening to digital formats of music, and that includes CDs. Whereas if you're listening to analog, it's easier to listen to something multiple times because it's not as exhausting for your brain to absorb the sound waves that are happening. Which I was like, whoa, I didn't know that. But it kind of makes sense. Like, it tracks.
Oh, I mean, doesn't it track? But yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, because I feel like, these weird digital frequencies that we exist within, and like literally last night, I had the worst migraine and slept maybe 4 hours last night. And I feel like it's like, it's all of the results of this wild digital world that is such an incredible tool for like accessibility and sharing things. But I think, being able to hold both is like, what an important, amazing thing.
Yeah, and I think there's a balance to it, right? So it's nice to have the accessibility of the digital stuff, but I really do love the physical copy.
Yeah. Weird. Almost like life is not a binary.
Strange.
That's so weird.
Interesting.
So with this event, 50% of your proceeds are going to jack.org, and thinking about how it's mental health, what is it, week?
Yes.
I mean, it's like every day. It's every day.
Is mental health day.
Yeah. But I'm just kind of curious about your connection with jack.org, and like, how has that relationship been built, and like, how do you feel about connecting something like that to your event and releasing something so precious like your music?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to perform for the organization last year at like a youth summit, and it gave me the opportunity to connect with these youths. The youths. Our future. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's really the truth of it, right? It is the future that you're looking at. And being able to connect through this organization, something that I wish that I would have, I don't know if it existed when I was a kid, but I wish if it did, I wish I would have known and had the knowledge and the means to acquire that resource, because it gives these kids an opportunity to connect within their communities and build a support system. And, be able to have those open conversations about mental health and what it looks like for everybody. And I think that I wanted to connect it back to my music by giving back to the organization. And one of the songs that we did, the first song we did, 7 Deadly Sins, I actually wrote that about, kind of working through how I've been feeling with like my struggles with mental health, and how it felt like there was like all these different sides of me kind of coming to the surface. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? And I do think that music itself is something that helps me through that journey, right? Mm-hmm. And so to be able to connect with these youths and connect it to my music and also give back to the organization, I think became a really important factor to putting on this event.
I mean, talking about like baking the world's best pie, you know, like
Exactly. All the ingredients were there and they were ready to go.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a curator to be like, all right, I'm going to put a dash of this, a dash of that, and maybe we will all survive with a little bit more of our minds.
Exactly.
That's incredible. And I mean, yes, I feel like I've had 1,000,001 conversations recently about young people and like just the systems that we create to put them through to just set them up for failure of, you know, not giving young people autonomy of voice or belief in what they're trying to express. And then just treating them as if they don't know anything until one day they turn a certain age and then being like, now you're on your own.
Yeah.
But I did not prepare you.
But I told you knew nothing. Good luck.
Yeah, I told you knew nothing. And so you really internalized that.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go into the world not feeling supported because you never learned how to support yourself.
Exactly.
And so I feel like, yeah, being able to create these supports and reinforce those connections with young people it is our way out, you know, like our world is on fire, but like at least we have like some wonderful minds that haven't been totally poisoned yet.
Exactly. It's crucial to be able to create new systems that can help.
Dismantle the old ones.
Exactly.
Abolish, if you will. Amazing. Great. So, September. Ha ha ha. You said September. That's what I'm thinking, September. So the event, all you dear listeners, I'm sure you're listening to this and you're like, where can I go and how's it going to happen? So just those details really quickly again. It is this Saturday, May 6th. Zenon will be performing with an incredible 5-piece to release the vinyl and be able to have this incredible connection with jack.org with 50% of the ticket proceeds going to them to help them keep doing the damn thing. And so tickets are $20 in advance or $25 at the door. You can find tickets online on the King Eddie website on their event page. Go check it out or pay at the door, you know, whatever suits your fancy. But what a delight, truly. It's like things have been like challenging for me for the last month. And so this is very special.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad that we were able to do this with you.
Yeah. Great. Well, okay, before I start crying, why don't you continue to sing to me and to everybody else, I guess. And what are we going to hear for these last couple here?
So these last couple of tunes, you're going to be hearing another one of my favorites. No way. This one is titled Why. And then after that, we're going to close out with the single off the album, Smoke in My Lungs.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, great. So we're going to get into that. And if people want to find you in this weird digital world, where and how and what are they going to do?
Yeah, so it seems nowadays I've got pages everywhere. Best place to find me is at z.enon on Instagram. Honestly, that's like where you'd be able to connect with me personally the best and, you know, go from there. I've also got a website, zenonep.com. And Spotify, streaming platforms, Apple Music. You can find my music there if you want to listen.
Yeah, or you can show up on Saturday and buy a damn record.
Exactly.
And just hold it in your hands and watch it age with you as you continue to try and support the young people in your lives.
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's get into this. Thank you so much again. And what a great day.
Thank you.
Everybody out there, hi, hello. You are listening to our wonderful friend here, Zenon. And they're going to kick into a few more tracks, but you are listening to them Fatale here on Cjsw 90.9 FM. We're broadcasting live here on Treaty 7 territory here in Mohkinstsis. And take it away, my friends.
Well, the songs that I'm singing, they ain't coming out right. And the love I've been given isn't the same every time. Oh, I'm just being honest, I don't know what I'm wanting. Please just lay it on me, 'cause I know I'm really stressing. I just need some company to take me all the way I see it. This could be the reason, this could be the place I've never been before. When the songs that I'm singing, they ain't coming out right. And the love I've been given isn't the same every time. Oh, and I'm just asking why. Somebody please just tell me why. Take me to a state where I can be more comfortable. Give me space to figure it out once and for all. I'm just asking questions, trying to find some answers in the way where I fit and where I'm gonna land. Maybe one day you'll have my back through it all. When the songs that I'm singing, they ain't coming out right, no. And love I've been given isn't the same every time. Oh, and I'm just asking why. Somebody please just tell me why. She walks in, I know why. Looks at me with those eyes, gets me higher, gets me high. She gets me high. Oh, and the songs that I'm singing, they ain't coming out right, no. And the love I've been given isn't the same every time. Oh, and I'm just asking why. Somebody please just tell me why. Oh, I'm just asking why. Somebody please just tell me why. Leave my name off your tongue, babe. I leave the smoke in my lungs. Breathing deep, sigh you out. Been so low, it's only up now. We're talking longing through the night. Damage is done between you and I. Gotta stop, babe. Gotta stop. I gotta tell you this thing right here now. I've been working so hard, I could never do right, I could never do wrong. Maybe this time if I get through the night, if I sing you this song, babe, you're gonna run it back now, you're gonna turn your back now, you're gonna make me feel now. I don't wanna feel, that'll make it real, got to get on now. Trying to hit indigo blue, trying to blaze without you. We used to do it so good, so I wish I could tell you how much I don't want you to stay here with me, but I can't, no I can't. Gotta let it all go to a blank, so leave my name off your tongue, baby. I'll leave the smoke in my lungs. Breathing deep, I say you out. Been so low, there's only up now. Talking long and through the night. people want you just to blow that in your face. Well, I would. Got a stick on my arm to remind me of all that I go through. Cause I'm shedding my skin just to be a new one when I get rid of you. Yeah, I'll roll into that and then smoke it up back with my new man in view. It's true, you changed, I did too. But you made the wrong moves, you switched up on me, baby. Made me feel like a damn fool. Feel like I've been chipped and jaded, trying to get faded. Blazing on this new blind, wishing my head wasn't thinking about you. Oh, leave my name off your tongue, baby. I'll leave the smoke in my lungs. Breathing deep, I sigh you out. Been so low. Between you and I, so leave my name off your tongue, baby. I'll leave the smoke in my lungs. Ooh, I'll leave the smoke in my lungs.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Thank you so much to both of you. This has been such a delight.
Thank you so much, Blake, for having us.
And I have one last question for you.
Oh, for sure.
Is it Z or Z?
For the album?
Just in general.
I mean, like, in general. No, I gotta say Z.
You gotta say Z.
I gotta say the Z.
All right. Well, go and get your own Z on vinyl here on Saturday. And yeah, wow. I'm so excited to just continue watching you kick the world's ass. So
thank you so much.